Okay, today I would like to go over some comments. I've been meaning to do this, and just to give appreciation and high thanks to people that are recognizing my YouTube channel page. And we will start off because I ain't got much time. Let me see here. Nobody views, opinion, feeling. This, who's this? Carlo Bergante. So we have introducing the unknowns and sharing knowledge is a rare nowadays that a person remains comfortably respectful while walking the fine line of expressing their views, opinions, feelings, thoughts, and fears. While relaying information connecting the historical conflicts, controversial topics, and emotionally charged situations, yet you do so with fineness. Keep them coming. You are a true recounter. Yeah, I don't know what that word is. But I give this guy a big salute. All my viewers a big salute. And it's comments like these that keep me going. Of course, anybody inspired by comments like this should keep themselves going. But, I mean, this is something that I, want to keep, maybe, say so in a fun way, try to keep things upbeat. And, that's what I like to do. I like to share my visions of the past, because the past is so embedded in my head. I mean, believe me, there's some things in the past I don't even want to talk about, but, I mean, say so, even let alone just think about. But, you know what? Stuff needs to be said, done, remembered, and never forgotten. And when you come from a time, an era that I did, I mean, I might have been young, but I don't know, for some reason the knowledge and everything around my surroundings just poured in my head, poured in it. This is Melissa Smith. Now this is the woman from, once again, a very true, heavy salute and thank you for being here. And this is the woman from Raymond, New Hampshire, mind you, where I spoke of Indians out there. And there wasn't a major war out there with the Indians, but sacred land-wise and putting their spirits in a place so people will not touch their land to, build the better life for themselves and take from, the Indians, so forth, which I think why I think the skinwalkers are getting stronger these days. There's a lot of building out there that's going on, and is pissing these damn spiritual spirits off. And one thing you don't want to do is piss off a spirit that evil. But I think this person here is very visualized and influential spiritual guide herself. And this was about the birds flying over my head, which now there are 4 birds that do visit me very often. The crow, the raven, the hawk yesterday, mind you, visited me due to the fact my mother's in ICU. She's getting a little better now, but the hawk flew up on the roof of the building. My wife, once again, what the hell was that? Turns around. As I turn the corner there, it sat on the top of the building. Red-tailed hawk. So you notice that the more energy you invest each time you acknowledge the presence of an animal, the more they seek you out. You'll sure I'm sure you'll be amazed as the time goes on by seemingly impossible places it'll appear. Have you ever read Animals Speak by Ted Andrews? I recommend it. I haven't read that book yet, but I definitely have to find it and check it out. Specifically the types and kind of learning each one's unique energy and how it relate it to situations in your life. I recently came across your videos and have been enjoying them ever since. Nice to see a down-to-earth person enjoying life, loving their family, exploring forgotten, speaking for the voiceless spirits. I think, did I get the rest of that? No, I didn't get the rest of that, but that let alone is enough for me to say, hey. And I have been looking up on these birds and their totem pole meetings. That's what they have it under. Just like the visitor had the other day, a few days ago, with the, now I know what to believe, the horned-eared owl literally flew off into another yard as I ran to try and catch it with the camera, but it was so damn fast that it happened that I didn't get the damn thing. But my wife saw it the night before, I saw it the next day. I haven't seen it ever since, and you want to know why? They warned me that a sickness was coming, and my mother ended up in ICU 2 or 3 days later. That's what the horned-eared owl is capable of doing. Another sacred bird for the Native Americans. Moving on, I have my boy from my man Dave from Vermont. Man, this is your best video ever. If only more people could hear this, think about it, and they realize how they may consider changing the choices they make. Maybe it would be a better world. I don't mean just voting. I mean all of the inherent moral and ethical issues you discuss. Outstanding. This was my video on Donald Trump and people ragging on him, which is presidential debates, if you want to check that out. And I just go along bringing the brutal truth. In fact, some of the past presidents and how everybody wants to rag on Donald Trump, which, after a while now, I've been, not too happy with Mr. Trump. I did want to see him bring back American companies to American soil to make American products, not bring it out to the other worlds, which, I covered that too about, say, so you getting clothes today, and your clothes do not match up to the size of your kid because they're put together in a fashion that's just leave you to say WFT. And then you got to bring them back. And then you got to, the best way to get a kid, I got a kid 8 years old fitting in the 15-year-old clothing, for Christ's sakes. That makes any sense. So, presidential debate, if you want to check that out. And this is an honor to have someone speak like this to me because, hey, I'm not fully educated. I've got the street knowledge, but I'm not fully educated. Which you really, as you can see, don't need top schooling only to get better jobs and stuff. But when you got the street knowledge and only graduated from high school, and I can come out with my own ethical reasons of way things are ran today, well, let me tell you something. It's called common sense. But like I said, at a young age, at 5 years old, 4.5 years old, I started to take everything in my brain. And I brought it, and for some reason I kept saving it, storing it, remembering it. And I guess this is why I did that. That's what I'm thinking. It was a chosen choice, and something went down, and shit. Here I am now. Back to this, not sure what to say. I don't have the answers yet either, but keep bringing your truth, your message, and reaching out to the ones that need to be reached. Your words are heard. Another great, this is a kid from Fitchburg, literally I absolutely love watching your videos. It's interesting learning more about my hometown. When you said Burbank Hospital, I went, whoa, I live right next to that. Your videos bring a smile to my face and give me even more knowledge. I love hearing stories about what it used to be like around here. I could sit here and listen to them for hours. Anyways, thank you for your amazing videos. Thank you for watching Undying Laughter. Don't know the real name, but it's bringing stuff like this forth to people makes me feel good. Bringing knowledge to people makes me feel good. I think history, right, is a very important thing to learn, and I like to find out where this goddamn Fitchburg prison used to set. Not only the ghost hunt, that's my sick way of living. Love to go beyond the dead of the insanity or criminal minds, because you will find and learn something from that, but there's a lot of things out there that are forgotten, and I want to bring it back. I mean, I ain't got much time. I'm going to do the 2-part video on this. I'll give it a few more minutes, a couple more comments, and then I'm going to have to do another one. And I never saw him drink alcohol when he would get to work. He would place a wooden sign on his desk saying, Captain Beyond. I feel badly for Mrs. Tyree's child and hope she has overcome the obstacles that her despicable father has set before her and has a wonderful life. This being said of the video of murder at Fort Devens, and getting people like this with knowledge of people from the past and probably even knew this person. I even have a couple people on here that their father was in the military with these people. And Captain Beyond, I guess, threatened to kill another soldier. I have a comment that was put on post on one of my videos. So, I mean, crazy people like this in the military, disrespecting it, giving it a bad name. I mean, that's good that I get these people here, because this Captain Beyond was not nice, but I can see why they did the conspiracy of throwing this guy in with the other guy, and they paid him to do this and blah, blah, blah. Because there's some conspiracy theories on this report. Oh boy, no stuff that I don't even want to speak of yet. So I don't want to go too far into that, but having this found out, though, and looking into people that come out, and I've got a lot of comments I got to do more of people. I'm going to do conspiracy theories of people that have written to me about murders and missing people and stuff. And it's like, wow, just bringing forth people really finding this stuff to really take the time to look into it and then comment to me once again. I think that was from Mick1-1B. MC, I give him a huge salute, honorable piece of history there of whatever the hell he may have seen or heard of, and it's just crazy that he was like pretty much knows and you could say almost involved with it. Shame upon themselves to dishonor their units. Oh, this must be his, the rest of his, another part of his comment. But it goes on to say, friends, family, I never met Mrs. Tyree, but other soldiers that had described her as very attractive and could not believe she would want to be with someone like Tyree, but I suppose that the heart wants what it wants. I would go over to Album's room to listen to AC/DC records, and when I opened his locker, it was full of prescription bottles, painkillers. Oh, this is about, Captain Beyond. Or there was another person that mentioned that he was Captain Midnight. For now, I don't know that word. Pharmacopeia, and at the base library, the drugs he wanted to get high on, and the symptoms needed to justify their use would go to sick call and claim of symptoms since the base hospital. This is about Captain Dickhead. Very disgusting man, very disgrace to the military, and I hope the fuck he got a dishonorable discharge in the end of all this. which I'm sure he did. I mean, this is the beginning Eric Aris. But this was a guy that knew him. And he was occupied a room across the hall from his room. But just getting these comments is great and awesome. And I hope I can bring more joy to people. I did cover this one about caught in the attention of this Melissa Smith about the Indians of Raymond, New Hampshire. That goes on to say about how she was in the woods and got, feelings of being watched and stuff, but question, I think I'm breaking up. Oh, I don't know. Oh, this is the one about the nursing home rehab that the lady said that she was going to check Facebook. Found out that the place that I spoke of was an asylum. That's the first. Telling me I'm barking up the wrong tree. And I'll end it with this one and go along and get some other videos out. But this is Big John. Thanks for this video. I grew up a mile from there and spent all my life in them woods. This is about the Blood Town Forest in Lancaster. The woods from the time I was 10 till about 20. From riding dirt bikes to sleeping out to parking with my girlfriend. I have heard tons of myths and stories about the forest, but never this one. Arthur Blood donated that land to the town, and the story was that it was, and I didn't. But he's thanking me for bringing forth a story, and of course there are some stuff that I read up and made my own thoughts and theories because of the book I read of the Great Powwow. And and this is how I found out from an officer of the law of Lancaster, mind you. He knew of Indians cutting heads off the English, throwing them in the swamps out there. So there's a lot of dead bodies out there. There's a lot of probably hung bodies out there too. And before I met this cop and before I met this guy, I threw in my own stuff. And I can say for sure my stuff is right on the money. But just to get, like I said, people looking into this, and I want to thank you all once again. I'm going to do a 2-part video. There was stuff I wanted to cover on another video, and I just goofed it up because, I got to go through those damn comments and get the good ones like this out because I wanted to do that comment on Captain Dickhead by itself because there's a lot, as you can see, to go through that. And, but this is a tribute to my fans. I hope these people are still with me. I did notice I'm at 249. I was at 250. Someone keeps adding me and disadding me. I don't know how it works, or they find out it's a fake page and cut them off, but what can you do, right? But if everybody here that I spoke of today is still here, I highly honor you. Thank you all. And I will continue to try and keep my head up of fucking YouTube screwing me up, of my monetization, and keep going. Because like I said, man, I got so much shit to do, but very little time, and this damn cutoff really screwed me up. September should have been my breakthrough of getting some cash to do this shit, but go figure. Until that next video, be safe, take care. Huge salute to everybody honored to be on my channel. And I'm trying to bring back and keep this going as best I can. Till that next video, be safe, take care, out.